My wife Kathleen and I were dating 36 years ago, and it took me up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And I had not been up there very often, but she was from Marquette and really wanted me to see it. And I said, yeah, I've been to the Mackinac Island and the Fudge and the whole deal, Mackinac Bridge, but I've never been to Marquette. And it was great. It was this big, huge iron ore dock thing in the middle of it, and Lake Superior, which is a beast. It's a beast of a lake. And there are these hardy UP people. I was really impressed with it. And she took me up to Big Bay, Michigan, about an hour north of Marquette, where there is a tavern called the Lumberjack Tavern. And we walked in there on a Tuesday late in the morning, and there were these two women over by the jukebox listening to Engelbert Humperdinck doing this stupid dance. And I said, what are they doing? And because they were both doing the same thing. And they said, we're doing the Big Bay Shuffle. It's a dance. And they were both hammered. And it looked like a dance that you would do because you were too drunk to do anything else. I wrote a song about that, about going up there, and I tell a little story about a little trip I took a little while ago, and did this thing, and we played it at our wedding, the wedding reception. I got everybody up there doing it, and all the people from the Upper Peninsula who were at the wedding reception knew it and were doing it, and so when I started playing out, a couple decades later, it became this signature song where I would get people up to dance, and then get the whole audience up to dance, and I loved it. It just became like like a Mitch Ryder medley, except it's the Big Bay Shuffle.
When you see the crowd, the entire crowd standing up doing the Big Bay Shuffle, it's pretty damn fun to see, looking from the other side from the stage, and to try to keep up the energy that Ed has, it's not easy.
The first time I experienced the Big Bay Shuffle was at the Michigan Theater, probably 2009, and the only seat left was in the back row of the balcony. I could see, most of the theater, which was packed, and here comes this goofy song, about people dancing with beer, and like, okay, this is funny, and it got more and more funny and escalated as two people came up to dance on stage, and then the husbands come up, and now it's funnier, and then the whole audience gets up and does the Big Bay Shuffle. And now I'm in a room with 2,500 people going like this. All of us dancing like this together. Hilarious.
Yeah, I do remember the first time I heard Big Bay Shuffle. It was at the Purple Rose Theater. I think it would have been 2004. Big Bay Shuffle is sort of like a secret ritual, that it's like a secret handshake, It's like there's only so many people that have actually seen it live, and when you see it live, nobody walks away unscathed from that, man,
Early on, I remember doing a recording in the early to mid 80s maybe, in my apartment in New York on a TIAC 4-track reel-to-reel. I bounced down about 16 tracks, so there's a lot of hum, and it was a horrible recording, but there was an arrangement.
The arrangement for Big Bay Shuffle took a few months to put together. I think it was January of 2012. We were talking about how much fun it would be to really record Big Bay Shuffle, not just record all the verses and the choruses, but what if it was just blow the roof off? We sent it back and forth to each other across the country over the span of a few months, and eventually we came to a set form and arrangement of how it was all going to come together. I actually had written parts for all the players, which we ended up not using, because again, I wanted to just trust the people when they came in the door. I just wanted them to do their thing. Had I put sheet music in front of these guys, it would have been a loss for the spirit of the recording.
The arrangement on that song is really, really different from the original version of the song. The first version of the song, it evolved into this one, and
Basically a marching band in here, and did it one by one with every instrument came in on different days, and it's kind of added and added and added, and then it was a hell of a monster to mix.
And it really became this blowout, this kind of bring in the tubas. There's a tuba on it. Fiddle. It just becomes this almost rave up feeling, so that if people were driving in their car and they knew about the Big Bass Shuffle, or they had done the Big Bass Shuffle, and they hear the song, even though it's not a live version of it, they're hearing this song and it just lifts them. And they're sitting in the car doing the dance. Then I've succeeded.